Even in your community, your religious life, in community, sometimes you probably hold a grudge on a sister or a superior or something that you didn't forgive for whatever reason, and you keep that in you. And that is a terrible poison, because it will keep you from forgiving anything else, anybody else, even forgiving yourself, even forgiving life. Because we have to learn to even forgive life. And why do I say that? Because we were born to die. You see, and that is something very, very difficult to deal with. When you find out that you were born to die, you get upset with life. See, you don't understand it. Nobody understands why we were born to die. See, but we keep it as the biggest secret of our lives. We don't discuss it. See, if you called someone and said, can we sit down and discuss death? Nobody's going to sit down to talk about that. People don't look for that. They don't want to talk about it. See, children, when they begin to wake up into their conscience, they begin to ask why for everything. Why? You spend days long answering to them. Because. That's what children do. But hardly any child will ask you, why was I born to die? That they never ask. See, even though they know already. But that is a question that is kept secret inside. And it's our biggest secret. See, you live your days, you go about your days, but deep inside you, you know you are not living, you are dying. So you're getting closer to death. So you are actually not living, you are dying. But you don't want to accept that, because you want to feel alive. You want to feel like you are living. You don't want to feel like you are walking towards the grave. But if you want to be straight, sincere to your reality, what are we doing? We walking straight to the grave. You see, it's like sometimes people come and tell me difficult things they are going through. And I always say, and to think that then after all of this, we die. And then we die. And then at the end of everything, then we die. And this is the only reality we have. See, all the rushes and all the things we do in this life, and then we die. So this is something we have to have so clear in our hearts, that there is a secret unforgiveness to life. See, I don't have peace with my life because my life is killing me, right? Because my life is betraying me. How come my life is taking me to the grave? See, so in a way, this is an existential unforgiveness that is innate in us. And you have to heal it by forgiving it with Christ. See, when you embrace Christ truly, then you overcome your unforgiveness to death. Because you're not going to die. See, and if you really believe that you are not going to die, then you don't have any problems with your life. You will resolve that unforgiveness. Christ heals you from the unforgiveness of death, because He is life. And that's why He came to give us life. And it's so important to understand that the gift of life in Jesus Christ resolves our exile, resolves original sin, resolves our mortality. And this is a big thing, because if you understand that Jesus resolves our mortality, then it's huge. Then you know how big the gift is, how big Jesus is for us, how important it is, how transcendental Jesus is in our lives. He came to heal us from death. And then this existential anguish we have, this problem we have with dying, this unforgiveness to life is healed through the redemption in Jesus Christ. Because then we have hope. Then we know, oh, I'm not going to die. I'm going to transform myself at the end of this life. I will bury this flesh, but my soul will go on living. It will be transformed. And this changes everything because you are healed. And that is so important to go to the bottom of it, because you could probably discover that you have some unforgiveness from your childhood, and you can probably discover you have some unforgiveness from your teenagehood and from the community and from your life. But if you don't resolve that unforgiveness with life, then you have a seed down there that is producing all kinds of unforgiveness, because deep down you are upset because you have to die. So if you heal that with Christ by acknowledging the truth of Christ and knowing for sure, believing for sure that Christ is resurrection, that Christ means eternal life, that we will not die if we follow Christ, if we walk with Him, if we obey Him, then you will heal this unforgiveness you have of your existential anguish of dying. And this is so important to go down to the bottom of this reality, because you have to uproot everything that keeps you from forgiving. You have to uproot it and clean it up and be free. You don't want anything to keep you from being able to forgive.